What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Royal Rumble 2023 post show for your January 29th, 2022. I am your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Sunday nights, wherever you may be. Guys, Royal Rumble was last night, and I know Royal Rumble was last night, and Royal Rumble was actually it was a fantastic show. Uh, but it was almost 12:30. I had to drive home. We weren't going to be able to do the show.
Yeah.
Everybody was the Royal Rumble weekend is just very exhausting, enough as it is. And you're trying to just do your things when it comes to either making content for the show or what have you. Or you're really just building the anticipation for the show, and it's it gets exhausting. And then once the show actually happens, it gets even more exhausting because you're legitimately jumping up and down at the surprises or returns that can happen, and it's just it's a fun weekend, yes, but holy shit is it tiring. Um but yeah, this show, well, from top to bottom, I mean, there were some stinkers here and there, uh and we'll go over some of them, or at least the stinkers that I thought were. But I thought this show was very well constructed. I thought the men's rumble was really good. I thought the women's rumble was amazing. People are even arguing that the women's rumble was better than the men's. But we'll talk about that as we continue to go on. But how'd you feel about the show overall, man? I thought it was a well constructed, pretty good show.
Yeah. I don't think I had a problem with anything in the show, really. For the first time in I don't know how long, I got all my predictions right. So that was finally a freaking win for me on that
Yeah,
sense.
going 5 for 5 is kind
Yeah,
of crazy nowadays.
you know. But yeah, beginning to end, I didn't have a problem with this show at all. I think only thing I would say is that I think Alexa and Bianca, for whatever reason, did not feel like a Royal Rumble match. I don't think
That
they
was the
have,
stinker for me.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't think they have chemistry. I think that's just what it is. Is both of them are good in their own right, but I just think they don't have chemistry at this moment. So it kind of ruined that for me. It kind of made me think of it as a Monday Night Raw match instead of a Royal Rumble match. But
Right.
everything else was cool.
Honestly, they could have saved that for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and
They really could have saved that for Raw. That was not. Um,
yeah, the Roman and
but
KO match I think could have been better, but the ending completely saved it. So I understand.
yeah, the Roman and KO match, that wasn't the best match that they have had against each other. But that's not to say that it wasn't good at all. I thought the match was very well constructed. I thought Roman did his thing, and I thought KO, he's incredible at what he does. But out of all the matches that they have had together, this one wasn't really all the best. But like you said, that ending made it all worth it in the
Yeah.
end, and we'll get to what happened there for sure. But guys, uh, you guys need to let us know what you guys think about the Royal Rumble. What you guys think about the men's, what you guys think about the women's. Obviously, in my mind, the right winner came out on top in the men's. Um, I mean, you guys have seen my video by now. If you guys haven't, go check it out. It's on my TikTok. I might legitimately just upload it here on YouTube. I might on the
That could work.
OTV channel because that video is just absolutely crazy. Um, Man, we'll talk about it all. Obviously, Rhea Ripley winning the women's rumble was the right call there too. Uh, we had a pretty good final four for both rumbles. I thought the final fours were very well thought out, planned, and you know, it's just a really this was just a really well constructed rumble to me. And the men's rumble to me was the best it's been since I'd say 2020, because you know that 2020 Rumble where Drew won was just incredible. But yeah, I thought these Rumbles are good. Show was very well constructed. We will talk about that Bray Wyatt match because I've seen a lot of criticism on it, and I don't know what you guys were really expecting, honestly. It's a sponsored match, and it's Bray Wyatt.
I said this to my friend a few days ago. I think it's just these gimmick matches, man. They're not. It's either a hit or a miss, you know.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we had The Miz getting eaten by zombies not too long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, these gimmick matches aren't all that. And people should know that by now. But I do kind of see where people are coming from when they say, like, we've been waiting 2 years for this guy to return in the ring, and they give us a 5-minute match? Like, I understand where people are coming from in that sense, but when it's a gimmick type matchup like this, I don't expect much. I just don't. But that's just how I look at things when it comes to gimmick matches like this, or not gimmick, but like sponsored matches like this, because it's sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
What, like, come on.
I thought it looked cool. I didn't know.
The presentation looked phenomenal. That looked great. Bray looked fantastic. It's just a match.
Yeah. It obviously there was some, like, especially Uncle Howdy completely missing that dive at the end.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It could have been better, but
that
I tried to take it for what it was, and if I take it for what it was, it wasn't bad at all.
Right. And guys, you guys are gonna have to understand too that this is going to go to WrestleMania. All of this is leading towards something at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be towards something big. But we got to be patient, and I understand people are not, well equipped to be patient nowadays, especially when we had the Vince McMahon era all those years, and he just did not do any type of long-term storytelling. But that's what we're getting now with Wyatt and Triple H, and we're just gonna have to see where things go. But we'll talk about it. We'll get into what the ups, what the downs were of the show, and yeah, we'll just give you guys our thoughts and opinions on the matter as they see fit. But guys, if you guys like what you heard so far, hit the like button. Turn on the bell as you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Go get the merch at Teespring, the official home of OTB and its merchandise. Go get that today. We will be getting OTB caps, like hats. So that is actually going to be on the Teespring store very, very soon. So that's going to be really good. Once those are up, I will let you guys know, and I'll be purchasing one immediately and showing it off to you guys on the TikTok. Speaking on the TikTok, go follow all of us on social medias. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and any other social media platform at @FeelingMatt_. For Loft, it's basically just Loft Not Famous, if I'm not mistaken. I think you changed everything to Loft Not Famous now, which is good.
Yeah.
So people could find you easier. And it's a good time over here. We'll talk about that goddamn Rock rumor, because everybody was thinking like, oh yeah, the Rock's coming. I wasn't getting my hopes up, but
I was definitely waiting for it, but they definitely made it better that it wasn't even needed at the end of the day. So
yeah, I was not getting my hopes up for the Rock, but hey, we got things going there, and yeah, man, this is just going to be a very fun time to talk about it. So let's get right into the show. We started off with the technically 29 Man Royal Rumble. Sorry, Ray. That didn't need to happen. We actually have news. Actually, I have news, and I don't know if I've seen this or not, but we have news on why Rey Mysterio was actually not in the Rumble. So it was actually kind of just an unfortunate circumstance, really. Uh, but yeah, the 30-man Rumble for the World Championship match at WrestleMania. This was this was a really good way to start off the show. I was kind of shocked that we were starting off with the men's rumble, but going through the rest of the card and seeing how things were going to be unfolding, that was the right call to start off with the men's for sure to me. Free Ray. We'll talk about Ray. But yeah. Yeah, I thought starting off with the men's was a really good idea. So the first two entrants of the Rumble were Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, and Sheamus. That is the way you start off a Rumble. I
It might be one
love
of the
those two.
That's
Huh?
one of the best first twos I've seen in a while too.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. Uh dude. When I saw I heard Gunther and I was like, oh shit, whoever's gonna be facing Gunther first, this is gonna be a really good way to start off the Rumble. And then I heard Sheamus's music. I'm like, dude, let's go. That's awesome. Um they immediately started brawling as soon as Sheamus got into the ring too, which was a great way to start off the Rumble. Um Obviously we know their history and their past as Sheamus was trying to go for the IC title. But Johnny Gargano returned from his shoulder injury uh, as well. We had, hold on. Let's backtrack for a second. So we had Gunther and Sheamus. They started brawling. I don't know about you, man, but they say in the rules that it's 90 seconds every injury, like every entry. I don't know if they have some type of set timer or whatever for when that, 10 to 0 counter goes off,
Yeah.
but that was not 90 seconds. A lot of the times it
It's
did
not.
not feel like 90 seconds.
It couldn't have been. It was like even actually no. I thought about this too. It may have been just the ramp.
The ramp is so long though,
It
dude.
may have been 90
Like
seconds, but just the ramp took a minute to get down. So that may have
every
been it.
single time they get near the ring, the 10 counter is starting to go.
That's probably why. It might have been
So
90 seconds for each one. It was probably just the ramp.
like they get down to the end of the ramp and I see the 10 counter. I'm like, he hasn't even gotten in the ring yet.
Yeah. And they messed up
So like,
Nia at the end of her of the women's one. I don't know what. I guess they pressed the button too fast or whatever.
dude, that one, I couldn't like. I didn't even think we were at I didn't even think we were at number 30 at that point. Like I thought Nia was actually number 29, and I thought we were waiting for one person. I'm like, wait a second, where's the 30th entrant? And then one of my friends said like, Nia was number 30. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, kind of weird.
It was so weird. But Miz entered in at number 3. Kofi Kingston entered at number 4, and then at number 5, Johnny Gargano would return. He had a shoulder injury back a couple of weeks ago, and he was really bummed that he possibly could not be in the Rumble. But obviously, the shoulder injury was able to hold up as he was in the Rumble. He went after The Miz, obviously renewing their feud from a few months back. Miz received the Beast of the Battering by Sheamus, followed by a super kick by Gargano, and then Sheamus clotheslined Miz out of the ring to be the first one eliminated from the match. Woods and Kofi teamed up uh, for some moves before thinking about going against each other, which was a pretty nice, back and forth there. But We had some more entrances along the way as Karrion Kross, Chad Gable, and Drew McIntyre came along. And we had those two. We were thinking about going at it until Drew McIntyre came out and went after everybody. And he was the one to actually eliminate Karrion Kross. I felt bad for Karrion Kross that entire time because this man is supposed to be a dominating monster, and the guy was in there for like maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
What are we doing with Karrion, bro?
I can't act like I cared. I'm sorry. I can't act like I cared.
No, no. And here's the thing. Honestly, at this point, we shouldn't care because Karrion Kross has not been looking like the kind of guy that has been looked at when he was in NXT.
Yeah.
It's just not. I remember a report all those months back saying, oh yeah, there were some people that Triple H brought back that were really underwhelming Triple H. I'm sorry, but Karrion Kross has to be one of those guys.
Because no one cares.
No one cares about him.
It's already over. Vince already ruined him. It's over with.
I mean, that's exactly the point there too. Like Karrion Kross was already ruined by Vince, and after that type of a stigma that gets put on you, it's a very deep hole to try to climb out of, and he just hasn't been able to get out of it yet, or maybe at all. And it sucks because he's really good. It's just it just is what it is. He hasn't been the same since Vince, and it sucks. Oh, and Drew McIntyre, he obviously, he would have a big Royal Rumble. He went over he basically was in there for about 40 minutes, which is a good Rumble for him. Good stuff there. Yeah. I thought Drew McIntyre did really well in the Rumble there. But Gunther, he threw Kofi over the top rope, but one of his feet landed on the chair to the outside. Michael Cole questioned if Kofi was eliminated or not. He actually was. So that's 2 years in a row, I think, now that Kofi's save for the Rumble this year was not successful.
Something like that.
Every time Kofi is in the Rumble, everybody's thinking like, all right, what's he going to do this year? Right, to save himself. If he was actually going to be able to land on that chair, it would have just been another repeat. Because let's face it, didn't we already see like him hopping towards the ring apron on a chair before?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, so so there was that. And apparently, from what people are saying, Kofi got hurt. So I hope he's okay. I hope it wasn't like an actual major injury. But yeah, that sucked for Kofi. I really wanted him to do something there. So we go through a few more entrances. Like I said, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Santos Escobar at number 10, Angelo Dawkins at number 11, and out comes Brock Lesnar at number 12. Brock Lesnar, for somebody that got legitimately a last-minute entry into the Royal Rumble on this past Friday SmackDown, Brock Lesnar was in the match for 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Crazy. Again, I didn't even want him to win, so I didn't care how long he was in there.
Me neither.
I don't know, man. A lot of the stuff I saw people like criticizing about it, I didn't care that much because for whatever reasons I didn't care. I guess I'm not sure really why I didn't care, but I just didn't.
I mean, McIntyre and Sheamus, they double teamed Lesnar, but they were greeted with suplexes. Lesnar proceeded to suplex Santos Escobar over the top rope. Lesnar eliminated Angelo Dawkins with a clothesline, as well as throwing Gable over the top rope. Lesnar suplexed McIntyre and gave one to Sheamus that landed Sheamus on his neck. I hope Sheamus is good because he did land on his neck there. Lesnar speared McIntyre and Sheamus and followed up with a clothesline to eliminate Lesnar. So Lesnar was out, like I said, at 2.5 minutes. At this point, Lesnar was pissed. Lesnar was pissed because Lashley eliminated him, right?
Yeah.
So he got the steel steps and chucked it onto the commentary table. I thought Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Pat McAfee, they should have ran. They should have ran. Why would you stay there? Why would you stand
I thought you threw that
behind
thing.
that table? You needed to go. You need to run, do something. And then he attacked the referee too. So, the referee didn't do anything. He was just there, bad place, bad time, and yeah, just goodbye, ref. So we had a few more entrants come out after Brock Lesnar, obviously, as we had Bobby Lashley at number 13, Baron Corbin at number 14, Seth Rollins at number 15. Seth Rollins would have himself a good rumble there as well at 37 minutes. So that's really good for him. And yeah, we had Seth doing his thing over here. Where do I leave off? Okay, so Seth Rollins came out at number 15. There we go. He threw Corbin out of the ring basically almost immediately. Corbin was not in the Rumble for all that long, and as he should not have been. He threw out to eliminate him. Rey Mysterio came out at number 17. Or we all thought he was going to come out at number 17. He never showed up. And there's a reason for that. Rey Mysterio got hurt. Rey Mysterio got hurt. We don't know the extent of the injury, but yeah, Rey got hurt, and they sold it off as Dominic, who entered in at number 18, as an attack to his father, who we saw Dominic holding a mask and ripping the mask and everything like that. So yeah, they're selling this injury that Rey sustained as some kind of story to get Dominic more heat. Which, you know what? If Dominic was gonna be be the one to come out after Rey anyway at number 18, it's a good call. It's a good call to do so. But I just hope Rey Mysterio is okay. That sucks that you get injured legitimately almost a day or two before the Royal Rumble. That just sucks. It probably happened during the carrying match. Did anything bad happen during the carrying match that would think that he got injured? Because I didn't watch SmackDown. I think Waff's not here. But yeah, you guys let me know in the chat.
I was muted that whole time. That's crazy.
Oh, sorry.
I
But
didn't
yeah.
know he was hurt until someone told me during the Rumble, and he won the match. So I was very confused.
I mean, technically he did, but it's Cody that has it in the record books.
No, I'm talking about he won the carrying match.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
he beat Carrion by like crucifix pin, but I still don't know why. Well, I don't know how that happened.
I mean, at least they tried to save it with Dominic coming out with his mask and ripping it. And like at that point, we all just thought that Dom attacked his father and could not compete in the match. But
left to assume that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that Ray got injured, but we hope that he has a speedy recovery. I mean, that's all we know at this point. We don't know the extent of the injury, so we'll see. So Dominic obviously came out at number 18. Elias came out at number 19. And Finn Balor, leader of the Judgment Day, came out at number 20 to help Dom. And then we had our first NXT superstar, or I should say commentator, Booker T.
Man, looked good.
Booker T actually did not look bad. Like he actually looked pretty good out there. He did not last long, obviously. He lasted for a good old 42 seconds. He did a bookend to, I believe, like Elias or Gable or somebody like that. Did a spinning Rooney and got his ass out of there by, I believe, Corbin. I think Corbin eliminated him. So, yeah. The
I didn't realize
only
how tall he was. He's 6'3".
It's crazy. The only NXT representation in the Rumble this year for the men's was a commentator.
Good job, Booker.
Great.
Kind of stupid, but you know.
They really need to figure out what the hell they're doing with NXT, man. NXT should be a featured point in the Rumble, not just a commentator. But
yeah, nah. I mean, they had the Street Profits in there, and I love the Street Profits. But why are you putting a tag team in there when you have NXT superstars you can put in the Rumble?
You have the Street Profits, you have Chad Gable, you have Otis, you have Baron Corbin, you got guys like Omos. Well, Omos, you do that for the pop of eliminating him. But instead of having these tag teams in there, give those NXT superstars a chance to get some exposure in front of that crowd.
Yeah.
I always think that, bro. Like that's how it should always be.
Yeah.
But and this was like a Rumble. And I was talking to Axel, or you were in the chat for the live. Like, this was really one of the first ever Rumbles that I have seen that the tag team partners didn't even really go after each other. I mean, obviously you wouldn't go after each other because like you're a tag team, but I mean, you usually do some kind of teases.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, here we are. Everybody's down. Let's find it out because this is for WrestleMania. Nothing happened like that.
Pretty much.
We had Damian Priest in there at number 22, Montez Ford at number 23. And while the Judgment Day were basically wreaking havoc all over the Royal Rumble, in comes Edge at number 24, a returning Edge. Basically, I believe since the Last Man Standing match, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he comes in and almost eliminates the entirety of Judgment Day. He eliminated Finn. He eliminated Damian. But Damian and Finn, they helped Dom actually eliminate Edge. And yeah, it was a very short-lived Rumble for Edge. I was kind of surprised. Really only in there for about a minute.
For some reason.
Crazy. I don't know, man. These Rumbles, they don't have like that special like kind of, ingredient to them anymore.
I think it did. It just they messed up. First of all, there's no reason why we should have known 27 entrants 15 minutes before the show started. because they announced like everyone else before the show actually got started. I think it was still during the kickoff. So now going into the Rumble, we know 27 people, and there's only 3 surprise spots. Of course, I don't want the Rumble ruled by nostalgia, but at the same time, one, we don't need to know anybody who's in the Rumble,
Right.
especially not 27 people before the Rumble starts. We already knew half. You could have just kept it like that.
Yeah, they had 11. They had 11 names already announced. You could have just kept it at 11.
If you're gonna do that, but I don't know.
Number 25 was Austin Theory. He actually did better than I thought. He lasted 15 minutes in there. The one person that really shocked me and the time that they actually were given, Dominic Mysterio. I know Dominic already entered at number 18, but Dominic had 45 minutes. Not 45, Jesus, 25 minutes. My bad. 25. That's a good Rumble for him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 25 minutes, I mean, for I don't know if this was his Rumble debut, but 25 minutes for your first time. If it is, it's not too
I feel
bad.
like he was in another one. I can't remember. I feel like he was in another one.
If he did, I mean, I might just be blanking, but still, really good time for Dom. Omos. Yeah, and he eliminated Edge. Yeah, it was stupid, but you know, it gets in that. He basically, you know, eliminated his uncle because you know they always do Uncle Edge.
Yeah.
In that storyline before. So, oh my god, he eliminated his uncle. Not really. At least I don't think. Maybe they did do like some kind of godparent type thing. I don't know. Austin Theory. Huh? What's that?
Ray probably said it like early in the feud. He probably mentioned that.
Probably. Omos came in at number 26. Omos did not last long at all. 2.5 minutes. Braun Strowman came in at number 27. Ricochet number 28. Then we had Logan Paul at number 29, which is crazy because the man tore his ACL, MCL, and meniscus 2 months ago at in his match against Roman and was in the Rumble. How?
Okay.
Like, what?
I don't listen.
He must drink a lot of goddamn Prime.
Hey, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That freaking Prime is disgusting.
You actually had it?
Prime, that man, it's not carbonated. It's just flavored ass. That shit's terrible. God,
What flavor did you have?
Man, this shit was it's a 2-pack. That shit was ridiculous.
He's like, I don't give a shit what type of flavor it is. It is ass.
It was a big bottle.
Well, what was it?
Well, I mean, 2 more in there. There was like that one, fruit punch and ice pop, and for some reason, my stupid self got blue raspberry, thinking it's gonna taste like a blue Jolly Rancher. No, tastes like I just drink.
Well, listen, Logan was in there for a good 10 minutes, or basically 11 minutes, and he had one elimination, and that elimination is Seth Rollins, which is crazy. But
yeah, no.
I think we possibly could be setting up Logan and Rollins at WrestleMania, which I'm down with. I'm fine with that. That seems like a great match.
I'd rather do Logan and Ricochet after that nut freaking spot they did.
If we get Logan and Ricochet, I'm fine with that too. But man, like that, dude, I'm fine with either of them. I am.
I think you have to put Rollins over though. I'll be irritated if Logan just beats Rollins.
But. Oh yeah, I mean, I would put Rollins over for sure. But I'm just saying, like, I'm fine with either one of them. whether it's Ricochet who gets like a WrestleMania spot or Rollins, I'm fine with that. But I say Rollins mainly because I just can't see a WrestleMania without Seth,
Yeah,
especially with the years that he had.
yeah,
So, but I mean, Logan, for what he did in that Rumble, for the 11 minutes that he was in there before being eliminated by Cody, it was great. You know, the spot with him and Ricochet was great in and of itself. And then finally, number 30 was Cody Rhodes. Obviously, Cody coming out at number 30, that was basically a foregone conclusion that this man was leaving the winner of the Rumble. When the man did not start off at number 1 or number 2,
like he
I
should have.
instant like he should have. I still go by my theory of it should have been Rollins and Cody at number 1 and 2, but I digress. When I saw Cody come out at number 30, I knew right from the start that he was winning at that point. And as soon as I saw him not being number 1 or number 2, I'm like, this man's coming out at number 30. It was just so. It was right there. Like, I wanted Cody to do a lot more than what he did.
Yeah,
Like, yes, he was in there for 15 minutes. But let's be real. 10 of those minutes was in the singles match with him and Gunther.
yeah.
You did the 10-minute spot like I told you guys to with Shawn and Taker
Yeah,
at that Rumble. I think it was 2007.
think so.
But I mean you did that 10-minute spot, which is great. That's fantastic. But imagine this: if Cody and Seth came out at number 1, they outlast everybody, right? Or they get to that, and number 30 was then to be set as Gunther. Imagine that as the final 3:
Yeah, that'd have been great.
Gunther, Seth, and Cody. Then you have Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus like obviously somebody that went the distance, fought throughout this entire ordeal just to get to the spot, and then having to face Gunther, who is an absolute bulletproof man on an absolutely incredible run as Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, that would have been kind of fire. That would have been amazing.
Dude, like, the right winner came out on top. But the booking of this Rumble just did not. It started off okay. And honestly, I really do think this is a good Rumble. But the way you could have had things booked for Cody could have been a lot better.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love that Cody won.
Oh no, that was my main objective. Go
Yeah.
into this, Cody wins, and then we move on.
Right.
Would I approach it differently? Absolutely. But I don't know.
RHEA won from the number 1 spot, which that we'll get into because that was making of a star. That was the making of a superstar right there in Rhea Ripley, as we should.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that because I think Zay wants to come on in here when we talk about that Rumble, which as he should. But they could have done stuff a little bit more with Cody, and that's the only thing that I have a little bit of a gripe with this Rumble. And now, because obviously it's the day after, oh, it's too predictable. Oh, he should have done more. Oh, he should have done this. They're turning on him already.
Yeah, that's what scared me too. I'm like, bro.
They're turning on him already, and honestly, I expected it, but you get a guy like Cody, you get people who want to get behind him so bad, and then when he wins, like you all want him to, you turn on him.
Yeah, man.
What do you guys want? What do you guys want?
I don't know.
I know what you want. You want Roman not to be champion anymore, and
Oh yeah.
that'll happen. But seriously, am I not making any logical sense here? Like,
No, you're making all the sense. That's why. But at the same time, it was gonna be nothing that happened that like we all would have liked. You know, like in the scenario that I don't know, freaking Rollins won. There were gonna be people who were heated about that. I've
yeah,
seen people who wanted freaking like the most random people to win the Rumble.
yeah.
Even though to us, Cody was like an undisputed option. So it's just it really depends on who you're talking to, but I think a lot of the worst stuff about it I've heard from like people told me, oh, people on Twitter
I
are mad. And I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Twitter's not a real place, so I don't take opinions. The opinions I hear on Twitter, I don't take those as law.
right.
But I think for Triple H's first time doing this by himself, I can't start screaming at him about this.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem right to me.
I even heard people saying that they should have had Gunther win it because of the performance that he had, which
I understand that.
which I can't really disagree with because I mean the guy broke the Rumble record,
Yeah.
and I'm not counting the Greatest Royal Rumble as the Rumble record. You can kiss my ass with that, because that's not the real Royal Rumble. Rey Mysterio had the real Royal Rumble record, and Gunther broke that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Greatest Royal Rumble, that was a Saudi thing. That was a Saudi event.
Yeah.
I don't take that as gospel for the Rumble.
No,
The
that's
Royal
right.
Rumble is 30 men at the Rumble event.
None of this, man. How many was that?
But
That was like 50 people, wasn't it?
that was a 51, yes.
Yeah.
So of course it was gonna last longer.
Yeah. You had no choice.
but um but yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it was inevitable that people were gonna turn on Cody, and I expected that, but Jesus Christ, not even 24 hours.
Yeah, it's already happening. I mean, I still think he'll get a great reaction if he is the one to beat Roman at 39. But with all the Sammy stuff popping around, I'm so happy Rock, Sammy, and freaking like anybody else that people thought were gonna win. Like, I'm happy they weren't there. I'm still I would have put him at number one, but I'm happy Cody won. So it kind of like stops all of the other talk for the moment.
Yeah.
And then we can just focus on one thing at a time. We can focus on the Cody stuff whenever, really.
And
But
Cody's already teasing because he put the Winged Eagle title on his IG story, and
yeah,
the guy's just him. So, um, I really hope Cody actually is able to find my video. I do. Oh my god, that video is actually blowing up too on
shit was
Twitter, which is
hilarious.
really good, really
You
good.
happy as hell?
Um, like I said, guys, if you guys did not see my video, I had to condense it to a minute because I don't have Twitter Blue. I'm not paying like $15 a month for Twitter Blue. You got
That's facts.
that's just not happening. And plus, I want my verification to actually mean something. So, um, but yeah, go check it out. I condensed it to a minute. Um, it's basically the part where Cody hit the crossroads and eliminated him, and you're good to go. But but yeah, this was a great Rumble. I really do think that I just wish Cody had a little bit more of a story. Uh, but yeah, Cody versus Roman. It's happening, y'all. Strap yourselves in because it's going to be a wild ride.
Hopefully he wins, man. That's all I care about.
He has to. Dude, there's no there's no other way he can't.
This company is showing me he don't have to do anything. Hey, they could just do what they usually do, but we'll see what happens. I mean,
oh God, we're into 2-minute warning, and the Chiefs and Bengals are tied at 20. Oh Jesus. No, Jesus. I knew this game was gonna go to overtime if it is.
I hope not.
I said on TikTok that this game could go into overtime.
Oh, brother.
So if it is, it's my fault. I'm sorry.
The worst is already over for me, so I mean.
Oh yeah, how's Philly? How'd you get home? I hope you got home safe.
They're already in the streets kissing each other and jumping on cars and stuff.
Great.
It's already a whole bunch of people who never watched football before screaming at me. So it's cool.
Oh man.
Bandwagon the worst.
Crazy. We then had the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match with the Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. First of all, I have to say that the presentation of this match, top notch. I kind of went in here expecting the worst.
Really?
When it came to presentation, yes, because it is a sponsored match.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, sponsored matches, they do not look that pretty.
Oh, did you see Cody drink the soda at the press conference?
I did. I actually got to go back and watch the press conference again, mainly because of the fact that I only saw some of it until I basically inevitably passed out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rewatch this as soon as I get off here.
But, it was really good.
But yeah, I did see at least that part. That was just incredible. I love Cody, but but yeah, I legitimately came into this thing expecting the worst, because sponsored matches don't really look all that good. And I have to say, the way that they actually did this, though, I was intrigued. I'm like, all right, this is kind of cool looking. I mean, they had the whole hologram Mountain Dew Pitch Black logo in the middle of the ring like they did at Mania, but this one actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I remember when they said a few weeks ago when they said there would be a neon aspect. I didn't know what they meant. That's what they meant. I thought it looked cool.
I mean, they had to be able to see each other at some point.
Yeah.
So getting the neon stuff was actually really, really a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell was that those green dots that came out of the monitors or whatever.
Yeah, what is that?
Dude, I don't know what that was, but that was sick.
I thought it was water, but then they turned the lights back on and it was still green. So I'm like, what is that?
So, Bray Wyatt, when he was making his entrance, the puppets came back to life again.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I don't know if people. I don't know if you had that keen sense of eye, sense of seeing there, but we saw Huskus the Pig randomly in the crowd. We saw Abby the Witch in the crowd. We saw Mercy the Buzzard in the crowd. We didn't see the other two not until the aftermath of the match because they were all standing up top there with Uncle Howdy. Dude, the way things were going were really cool. It was just a really cool aspect of getting through it, but the match is short as shit.
Yeah.
The match is 5 minutes.
Definitely should have been a longer match, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, where do I begin? So LA Knight's music played, and he walks to the ring. Bray Wyatt's theme song plays as the crowd is basically the crowd was singing. The crowd was singing along. I heard some singing. It's a good song to sing to too. So it was really good to see. The match began as Bray attacked LA Knight. He then threw LA Knight across the ring. Knight rolls outside the ring, and Wyatt goes after him. Knight sent Bray into the steel steps. Bray sends Knight into the crowd. He drags Knight back to ringside and tries to suplex him through the announce table, but he escapes and basically drives himself and Wyatt through the announce table, and the table explodes with that green stuff, like Loff and I were talking about. So the explosion worked to perfection because whatever that green stuff was, it went everywhere. And even Corey is like, "What the hell is this green stuff?" Which
I think it looked like confetti or something, but I don't know when confetti fell.
I'm just thinking it is confetti at this point.
Oh, it may have been the confetti from when Cody won.
Probably.
If confetti fell, I think there was like a little bit.
There had to have been something because I mean, it looked like it just came out of the monitors, which is not.
Yeah.
I don't think monitors are filled with green confetti. So but yeah, so they got sent through the announce table. Bray threw a toolbox into the ring, and when I saw the toolbox live, I legitimately had PTSD. I did.
From what?
The toolbox spot.
No, would you like?
Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. I legitimately had PTSD. I'm like, oh no, don't do this.
I didn't even think about that.
Don't do this. Josh thought it was glitter. I mean, hell, and listen, anybody could have their own theories about that green stuff. It was just a weird thing to see. But yeah, when I saw the toolbox dude, I immediately had PTSD. I'm like, please don't do this to him. Don't do it. Oh man, that still gets to me to this day. I mean, I know the Fiend was already ruined by Goldberg prior to that, but holy shit, dude, that ruined him even more. So that toolbox spot was not. I had a weird feeling in my stomach at that point.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
So he threw that toolbox in the ring. He gets in the ring, but Knight attacks him, and Wyatt sends LA to the outside. Knight attacks Wyatt with a kendo stick and goes for it again, but Wyatt hit his sister Abigail in the ring for the win and got the pinfall victory. Bray Wyatt won the match. Bray Wyatt was easily going to win the match regardless. It's his match, so I don't think anybody really had anything different.
I don't know how LA gonna freaking explain that one on Friday if he shows up.
And dude, I watched these podcasts, right, with Satin and Out of Character, right?
Yeah.
I listen to Out of Character, and I listen to all these podcasts that happen before the shows and everything like that. I listen to After Bell. I listen to basically everything.
Yeah.
And LA Knight, I mean, first of all, I have to say, LA Knight in kayfabe in WWE and LA Knight outside of everything when it comes to the podcast, same person. Same person. He just carries himself in that way. Fantastic. But what I'm saying is that he was pretty much saying that he was guaranteeing himself the win in this match. That this is LA Knight's game, and whether the lights are on or whether the lights are off, it's going to be his game, and he's going to win this match. Yeah. And that didn't happen.
No.
So, sadly. So I don't know how we're going to get him back from this. I mean, he will get back from this because obviously he's LA Knight and he is going to bounce back in the LA Knight way that he can because he is over as hell. But how are we going to do that? That's the question.
I don't even know what direction you throw him in after this.
Right. I mean, you can't bring him to the IC title match yet. You I don't even know if we're even gonna have like a number one contenders elimination chamber. Because the number one contender's already chosen, and that's Cody. Because it's both titles. I don't know. I don't know. Because we got Elimination Chamber in February, and then all of March to get to WrestleMania, because there's no pay-per-view in March.
Oh, crap. I forgot about that.
So, I don't know what we do. I don't know what we do with him. Does this thing with LA Knight, though, continue with Bray? I feel like it shouldn't. And this should not continue.
I mean, I don't know. The way it was getting criticized, people probably would hate that, but I don't know.
It's going to be very interesting to see where WWE goes with LA Knight after this, because if you guys watch those interviews on those podcasts, he was basically guaranteeing himself to win. I mean, he was guaranteeing himself to win on WWE television too, because that's just what he is, but it's weird. I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, I think the Chiefs won, yo.
Field goal, touchdown. What is it?
Man, he is. Oh. Someone's got like freaking like trampled. Hold on. What the?
I don't have the game on.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. What happened?
This guy on the sideline got like absolutely walked by like two players. He was just sitting there. Mahomes and like some other defender like ran directly into him. He's got the worst of that. Good God.
Well, I think they're setting up for the field goal now, so.
Oh, shit.
I might be a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're setting up the field goal now. With 8 seconds left, yeah. 45-yarder. If they get this, it'll be Chiefs and Eagles. IC title elimination chamber match. Maybe, Devin. I didn't think about that. And yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless Burrow has an arm on him and can get this thing in 3 seconds to get the touchdown, Hail Mary. Chiefs are in the Super Bowl once again. God damn it.
That shit was butter. Goodness gracious.
All right. Where the fuck were we? Oh yeah, Devin. IC title elimination chamber. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, honestly. I mean, because Roman's not defending his title inside the elimination chamber. Honestly, I think IC title elimination could be the way to go.
That would be something.
But do we put LA Knight in there though? That's the problem, because I knew we were talking about LA.
Yeah, why not? He ain't gonna be doing anything else of substance for right now. Why not?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. That it's gonna be very interesting though to see where they go with him. Um, because like he's
Damn.
just he's a very interesting type of character that you really kind of gotta like get behind him for. If that makes any sense. So
Oh God.
you guys let me
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
you guys would do with LA in the chat because
It'll be different if he won the match against Bray, but seemed that he lost. I don't know what you do. I guess people will see
right.
that as a reward of some sort, even though I don't think it is. But
How many people are inside the elimination chamber? 6?
you said what?
There's 6 people inside the elimination chamber, correct?
So
So
I
we
think
have Gunther, LA. Let's put Sheamus in there, Drew McIntyre. Fuck it. God dang it. Where did he go? Oh shit. Guys, no. I didn't expect that. I had to disconnect. Shit. Well, we're back. I did not expect that disconnect. We're putting this there for a second. What up, Enigma? You can put Ricochet in there. Yeah. Enigma. We were just talking about a possible elimination chamber match for the IC title. And possibly putting LA Knight in there. When it comes around. So we were thinking I was gonna put obviously Gunther, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. Now I was gonna say fuck it, we could put Lesnar and Lashley in there, uh, but obviously Lesnar would not go for the Intercontinental Championship, and Lashley would have to move over to SmackDown in order for that to happen. But yeah, that's it's very interesting to see what they would do for the IC title in the Elimination Chamber if it were to ever go down like that. So we'll see. I don't know. We were talking about the Pitch Black match. That's how we got to the LA Knights situation. But yeah, I don't know where the hell Loft went though, because Loft was here. Loft was here, Enigma. He just something happened and he had to dip. But yeah, this was it was very interesting to see what they do with him going into things. I mean, we were talking about an IC title elimination chamber because we know Roman's not defending the title inside the elimination chamber. I mean, we just know that to be a fact. Like he would not defend the title inside the elimination chamber. So we're trying to find some other kind of elimination chamber that would be interesting to see. And we all thought IC title would be the best bet to do it because it's Gunther, and who wouldn't want to see Gunther go up against 5 other men, especially inside the elimination chamber. That would be interesting. So yeah. And now we're getting the Johnny text. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Loft. I'm just gonna carry on with the review. So yeah, hopefully he gets back. We then had we had the women's championship match, and this match, I'm sorry, this women's match sucked. The Raw Women's Championship match should not have happened at the Rumble. This women's championship match was god awful. I did not like it. Um, Bianca and Alexa have zero chemistry with each other, like Loft said before the review started. This that match is not good at all, and I don't know what they do from here when it comes to Bianca. I thought Bianca Belair should not have held the Raw Women's Championship for this long. And I know I'm alone here, so I can say basically what I have on my mind here. You guys can agree, you guys can disagree. I mean, hell, that's what the chat is for. You guys can do what you want, but Bianca Belair should not have held the championship for this long. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why. I understand that Bianca Belair should have had a way better reign the first time around. And that is what this is, right? But let's face it, the women's division right now, even though it's a stacked division, right? Raw and SmackDown as a collective have an incredible women's roster. But when it comes to Raw and when it comes to SmackDown, there's legitimately no, like, these divisions aren't structured enough to carry themselves on their own to me. And you run into stuff like this, you run into problems like we did last night at the Elimination Chamber, where we had Bianca Belair take on Alexa Bliss, and it just simply was not a good match. No chemistry whatsoever between Alexa. No chemistry at all when it came to Bianca. This was just not a good match. They could have easily saved this for Monday Night Raw, and that's exactly how and where it should have been. But that's just me. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, to me, this was just not a good match for the Rumble. And yeah, this. I mean, the match didn't even really last that long either. It was like 7 minutes. So Belair, she hit a suplex to Bliss. She hits a drop kick on Bliss and attacks her in the corner. Belair kicks Bliss and she hits the moonsault on her. She goes for the power bomb, but Bliss escapes it and hits a DDT. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Bliss kicked Belair. She hits the double knees and follows it with a senton cover for a kick out at the count of 2. Bliss goes for the Sister Abigail, but Belair counters and hits the KOD for the win. And that was it. After that, a video package aired where there was an empty playground. Uncle Howdy, who asked if she is in charge now. Bliss looks scared after seeing the video. And that was it. The match is not good. We just need to get better women, both on Raw and both on SmackDown, and get this championship reign over with for Belair, because Belair needs to lose the championship to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and that's just that. Belair needed to lose the championship to Bayley. She did. And I said this from the god dang from the word go. When they had the Bayley and Bianca feud, I said it from the word go. Bayley needs to be the one to beat Bianca. And they did not do that. They didn't do that, and that was their own fault. And now look at where Damage Control is. Damage Control could have easily been on top of their game with the women's tag titles and the Raw Women's Championship, and they simply didn't do that. But fuck if I know anything, right? All right, Zay, if you're in here, click on the link because we're talking about the Rumble match next. The Women's Rumble, that is. And if Loft gets back in here too, you would have 3. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Women's Rumble next. This was arguably better than the men's, and I say arguably because I've definitely seen some people try to argue that. I personally like. I did like the Women's Rumble a little bit more than the men's personally, but yeah, I thought both Rumbles were great at the end of the day, so I'm fine with both of them. So yeah, we're good to go. We'll talk about the Women's Rumble, and then obviously the main event, which had an incredible ending. So we will be good to go. So yeah, screw it. I'm gonna talk about the Rumble. If he's getting in here, he's getting in here. I'll let him in near the ending of it. But yeah, so let's go from the. I want to go through all the entrants. I do. I want to go through all the entrants, and then I'll just read the final. And I'll read like the final transcript of the Rumble. So we had Rhea Ripley entering at number 1, which is a great decision by WWE. And we had Liv Morgan entering at number 2, which is incredible enough as it is too. Like I really did think that having Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan starting off the Rumble, great decision all around. I did. I thought that was a great decision by both WWE and Triple H to have them start the Royal Rumble. Dana Brooke entered in at number 3. Did not care for Dana Brooke. Emma at number 4. Shayna Baszler at number 5. I thought Shayna Baszler could have done something really good here. We then had Bayley in at number 6, which is really cool. Bayley had a pretty dang good Rumble at, 27 minutes, which is really good for her. B-Fab was the first person eliminated and got eliminated in 40 seconds, which B-Fab's not really a wrestler, but, I mean, they had to put somebody in there, right? So they put B-Fab in there. I respect B-Fab. I do. I actually met her. She's an incredible human being. But B-Fab did not need to be in the Rumble. I'm sorry. She just didn't. And then we had our first NXT participant in there at number 8, which was Roxanne Perez. She did not have a... Oh, shit. We are going back to the 2-person layout. And we are good to go. What up, buddy?
My fault. Bad things happened.
Oh God, you good?
Everything's fine now. Yeah.
Okay. Because if not, you don't have to come back.
I know everything's cool.
Okay. I kind of just went through the Raw Women's Championship match before. I'm in the Women's Rumble match now, but I mean, we kind of already talked about it a little bit at the top, but the Raw Women's title match just was not the best.
At all.
I mean, like you said earlier, I mean, they did not really have much chemistry. They could have just saved that for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, I basically hit all the same points that we did earlier at the top. But I said at the start, having a championship run like this for Bianca Belair when it comes to a division like this, what else can she do at this point now?
Yeah, that match was just it could have been better. I don't know why. It could have been better. It really
You
could
could
be
have
better.
done something with Bailey. All I'm saying, you could have done something with Bailey at that time. And Damage Control.
They gotta do something about that women's division, please, because if we just go back to Bailey or go back to Becky, it's just this reoccurring door of people that she already beat.
No, I know. I'm just saying when she had that feud with Bailey, you could have done something with that. But they chose not to. They chose to have her retain. And then we get to the Rumble like this against Alexa Bliss. And it just was a stinker.
Yeah. Yeah, not needed. I really just think it's a chemistry issue. I just think they don't really work the best together. And I think Bianca has gotten to a point where she's so good at what she's doing. Now she's running at a faster pace. And if you're not able to keep up, it comes out like that. So there's only certain people that can keep up. Bailey and Becky were able to keep up.
Yeah.
Alexa may not be able to at the moment.
I don't know what we're doing but with Belair, but I'm telling you right now, WrestleMania has to be that spot.
Who else is on the well? You really don't
WrestleMania
have
has to
to.
be that spot. She has to lose the title there. I'm sorry. It's run its course. It's run its course for a while now, honestly. For me. Honestly, since SummerSlam.
That's crazy, Phil. That's crazy.
It's crazy, but to me, that's how it has been. This women's division does not stack up.
It's like Bianca and Rhea are the only two people on the roster that can build towards the future. Because anywhere else, I feel like you're going backwards.
As a collective, the WWE main roster women, it's got a strong base. But when you split them up into these divisions that are very lopsided,
yeah,
it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
And that's really been my real issue with this. Belair is great. I do not have any problem with Bianca Belair. And people that know me know that. But it's these divisions. They don't stack up and they don't have a real good, solid, foundation for... They have a good foundation for the future. It's just they need to get there. And sometimes they just don't.
There's not that people on the freaking Raw roster anyway. I feel like they put in a legitimate chamber because the only people there are freaking Becky and Bailey. And if they want to put Nia in there, I don't know what brand Nia is going to be on.
I think Nia's going to be on Raw.
Oh, thank God. That's...
And it wasn't a one-off, guys. I see people saying that it's a one-off. It's not a one-off.
Nah, they got her with merch. It's over.
They got merch and everything, so it's happening. But yeah,
You know what you should do? Just you can put this in your tag team division and just make her and Timmy in a tag team and
I
keep
mean,
them.
hell, they did technically tease that in the Rumble anyway.
I mean, might as well because they're already related. You can just build off that, and then you can add to your tag team division. It's not the most ideal thing, but
And then guys, and then get this, you'd have one tag team.
we got to start somewhere.
You got one tag team. There you go.
That's one more than we had before. You know what I'm saying? We got to start somewhere.
That's such disrespect to Damage Control. But honestly, at this point, I forgot they were tag team champions.
I don't know, man.
No, but like, dude, I like, and I know people are probably gonna record me and post that clip on Twitter about like, oh yeah, it's been sour to me since SummerSlam. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how I feel.
I don't know.
I like Bianca, don't get me wrong, but the way that they made that women's championship run for her has not been all that good to me.
I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do.
I don't know what to do with it either, though. Like that's the thing. Other than Rhea Ripley at Mania.
You know, I think they should do. I think they should do Casey and Katana versus Damage Control, and then just kind of like what Enigma is saying, but just have them fight at WrestleMania, and then just move around with those belts.
Well, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship should have never existed to begin with, because that's what the
Why do you say that?
Because that's what the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships were for. They're supposed to go all between all three brands.
They were never going to do that.
They were never going to do that, but that's what they were supposed to be.
Who told you that?
The WWE.
Man, we can't listen to what they say. They don't know what they're talking about.
No, but that's exactly what they said. Oh yeah, like we're gonna have these women's tag team divisions, and it's gonna be floating between all three brands. I knew it wasn't gonna happen because it's WWE, and nobody should ever take what they say as gospel. But that's what they said.
Say a lot of things.
And then Vince is like, "Oh nah, we're gonna keep these on Raw," and they're like, "Well, fuck it, well, you're keeping these on Raw." He's like, well, fine. You're keeping it on Raw. We're gonna have to make tag team titles. No, Triple H, no, Shawn, you didn't.
NXT has a tag team division,
but they did, and that's why I look at those tag team titles as the women's tag team titles. I don't look at the women's tag team titles on the main roster as the tag team titles. I don't.
They have like 10 tag teams over there.
NXT, yes. Yeah. Raw has like 1.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't just get them and then push them on the main roster, then I don't. It's right
they
there.
They should unify those things and do it between all three brands.
That's what I'm saying. They do that at WrestleMania. Then have Kaden and freaking Katana go over. And then I don't want to break up Damage Control, but they're just out there at this point. They're just out there.
I'm looking at the Raw Women's Championship reigns right now just to see how long Bianca's held the championship for, and if it's anything over 300 days. It just turned 300.
Yeah, she just broke 300.
It just turned 300 today. Yeah, it's time to get the fucking title off of her. It's time. Get it off of her at WrestleMania and get it going. Please. Get the draft. Get everything going, get it all solid for both divisions on Raw and SmackDown, and get it over with. It's time.
I don't know.
300 is ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous for her, though?
Pretty soon it's going to be to Roman Reigns status, and that is not going to be fun.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it ridiculous for her and not ridiculous for anybody else?
Dude, just the way they've been booking her, man. It hasn't been feeling it. I haven't been feeling it.
On the roster to put her up against. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So why are we punishing Bianca for the fact that there's no one around her? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why
I'm
are we
not
taking it from
trying.
Bianca when there's no one there?
I'm not sure. Maybe it is the way that I'm saying it. It makes it sound like I am trying to punish Bianca, but that's not. It's not Bianca's fault. I know it's not Bianca's fault, but it's just the way that they are really trying to make it seem like she's like.
Because I'm saying, like,
I
if she is the resource
yes.
and there's a lack of help
She
around there, then
she
don't
is
take
legitimately the life
source.
source of the future, and I know
Yeah,
that. But
don't rip the life source now. It's like she's the tree and she needs
yeah,
grass. She needs healthy grass to be around her so she can grow. If there's no
yeah,
healthy grass, don't uproot the tree. No, plant more grass.
like.
That's all you gotta do.
And I know, and that's what I'm really trying to say around all of this. It's just
Now, but only thing is, luckily we have Rhea Ripley there. Rhea
yes,
Ripley is fertilizer.
yes.
She
This
can do something. This
listen,
turned to a
guys.
plant talk,
You
but
listen. You guys know we get random analogies on the show all the time, but this one actually does make sense.
you know, and EO is right there. But I would love for them to break up Damage Control, but at the same time, I would hate that too because I had so much high hopes for them, and then now it's just blah. Now they're just out there. Now they're just
Right.
3-man band. I was thinking Shield, and they gave me 3-man band. Now they're just out there, and
They
I like
should have
it.
been this. They should have been the shield of the women's division,
Yeah.
but
And EO, I think EO is the best out of the three as far as presentation now because Bailey's been losing
yes,
too much. Coda seems like she's just there. EO always stood out to me. But now also you have Asuka who came back and now she's going in a different direction. So she's also fertilizer. So now you
right.
have two people. So if I don't want her to beat Rhea because I do understand the aspect. And I think after Chamber, after all that stuff, Rhea should be the Raw Women's Champion going into the new year.
Yes,
But now you just have to make sure that draft is the night after WrestleMania.
yes,
And then
yes.
call up 10 NXT superstars and then just cut it down the middle. And then you just go from there.
She is the second longest reigning. Basically, the second longest reigning Raw Women's Champion in its history. She's fifth overall, Bianca, because obviously of like the combined reigns and everything like that, because multiple title reigns. But in this one title reign of Bianca, she's fifth all time in the Raw Women's Championship reign, but second longest reigning in one title reign. The only other title reign that is longer than Bianca is Becky Lynch. You held it for like 373. And that was getting really big there too.
I'm still under the pretense that I don't want to see any of the four horsewomen to have championships going
Oh
into
no,
2024.
I agree.
It's like the default is always Bailey and Becky. That should not be our default every time. Our default should not be what we're comfortable with. Our default should be trying something else new. Obviously, Rhea Ripley isn't something new, but it's been going between the four horsewomen for I don't know how long now. And I'm putting Bianca in the four horsewomen now because you notice she's being pushed as the number one woman in the division.
Easily, yes.
But at the same time, she's the future though.
Yeah.
She hasn't been here for as long as the four horsewomen. So I see her as a small exception. I have no problem with her being better, being champion for this long because she's better than everybody else in the division who isn't the four horsewoman. And she is better than I think at least three of the four horsewomen, but one's not here anymore. One's on SmackDown as the champion, and the other two she already beat them in feuds. Becky's feud went too long, and she beat Bailey 18 times. So you push Becky far down too much, and Bailey lost too much. So now you got to go back to what you know, and the only thing that what you know is who hasn't had a championship run in a while, and that's the Rheas and the Oscars and the whoever the hell else is on the roster.
Yeah.
They get the Nia Jax feud. She's gonna get a push. and that's disgusting. But I just
Yeah.
this is the time where you call up some superstars from NXT. Because Indy Hartwell is been on NXT for I don't know how long.
7 years, I think.
7 years. 7 years. She's just been there. I can give you like 7 NXT women that do not need to be on the roster.
I think 7 since she signed with WWE. Maybe she was in NXT for like 5 of those 7 because obviously you train at the PC for a little while until they think, oh, like you're ready.
Yeah, there's like
So
7 women on that roster that don't need to be on NXT,
right.
and one of them is the women's champion.
You think Roxanne's ready right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
After what I saw at the Rumble, absolutely.
Yeah.
She wasn't off a step at all. You call Tiffany, Roxy, you can call Toxic Attraction too. There's another tag team.
I wasn't trying to debate you. I'm agreeing with you saying that Roxanne is yes, but I'm just saying like just bringing up the conversation. But yeah, I agree.
I think you have a lot of people like
Kaylee Ray, easily.
Oh my God,
Alpha Fire, easily.
She's been there way too long too. Shit.
Yeah,
you have a whole bunch of people. I would even put Tiffany Stratton in there now because she's beyond.
Dude,
I think So Rupa's right there. I think Nikita needs more time. You have a lot of people though.
You talk about people that don't have to win championships from their developmental brand to get to the main roster. Tiffany Stratton is that woman. She is.
Yeah.
She does not need to win a women's championship before going up to the main roster. She is ready.
Like the only I think like 2 people.
And that BME is all you need. All you need from me.
And you have Mia Yim over there too, but I don't know what is going on with her because
she's almost dead in the water. I don't know what the hell happened there.
And she should be.
And Candace, I mean, don't even get me started on Candace. She gets no reaction.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they're gonna do about that.
That's basically a lot of the women here in this women's rumble didn't get many reaction.
You got Tegan Knox over there.
Tegan Knox, bro. Like, Tegan Knox is great.
They're bringing people back, but it's just I don't know if this comes back to what we said before. Y'all need a woman out there booking the women because obviously it may just be too much for Triple H to do right now. Seeing that again, this is only his first time doing this.
Yeah,
you have too many. You have too many amazing prospects in NXT, and the girls that wrestle on Level Up. The girl who just wrestled Lola Vice. I forget who Lola Vice is. She beat her.
Right.
Lola Vice lost her first match to some girl. I don't know what her name is, but she's great. You have so many prospects on NXT, and they're not using them. Not calling them up, just having them fight over and over again on NXT, and it's cool for that. But when your women's division is floundering, especially on SmackDown, use your resources.
Yeah. So we had Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan start off the women's rumble, and that was a great starting too. I thought that was fantastic. As soon as I saw Rhea Ripley come out on number 1, I'm like, she's gonna be made as a star tonight. Holy shit. That was great. Awesome. That was fantastic. She and Liv were the first 2 and the final 2.
Dog, I'm so proud of Liv, and if history like serves well, she's gonna win next year, and I can be happy.
If you guys saw her Instagram post earlier on today, in 2019, she did make history in the Women's Rumble, but made history in the wrong way by being the first woman to like having the shortest time in Women's Rumble history at 6 seconds or 9 seconds, I believe. I think it's 9.
Damn.
Chelsea actually beat Liv's short Rumble record. Chelsea only was in there for 6. And we'll get to Chelsea because I was pissed off at that. I was really pissed off at that one. I just wanted the Rumble. I wanted the Rumble to end at that point. I'm like, get this fucking Rumble out of here.
You saw what they're trying to do with her character?
A Karen. Karen,
I,
what the fuck is that, dude? I'm done. I'm done with it. Like
that sounded very Vince McMahon to me, and I was like, oh no.
that's one of Vince's suggestions, bro. Because Vince has these suggestions now that he goes with Triple H.
I got a suggestion for his ass.
Yeah, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
Um, Dana Brooke came out to number 3. No reaction. No reaction. It's Dana Brooke. I'm sorry, but I didn't care. Emma at number 4. No reaction. At all.
I forgot about Emma too. I don't know why she's not getting a reaction either.
Hell, Emma could have been the future back then.
Yeah.
But now, you brought her back and there's nothing for her. She doesn't fit this type of a women's division anymore to me. You had it. You had her. But, Shayna Baszler came out at number 5. No reaction because of goddamn music.
Oh, yeah.
Her music sucks. That does not count towards her wrestling ability or her as a person. I think she is fantastic. But her music sucks and nobody knows what she is.
Yeah, they're killing me with these music selections. They're killing me.
Bayley came out at number 6. She had a fantastic Rumble. 27 minutes, 5 eliminations. She did good. She did good. She was basically in there half the time. B-Fab came in at number 7. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I don't know why she
I respect B-Fab as a person. I actually got a chance to meet her. She's fantastic. But B-Fab is not... She's not in this business to wrestle.
I don't know about that.
They gave her 40 seconds, bro.
And that's the thing. I think they have to let her try because she hasn't had too many trials. It's like she'll go in there and then if it doesn't work out the way, they'll just give up on it. I don't know why she hasn't had a match with Zelina yet. If they're doing this whole hit row and legato thing that they go back and forth with sometimes, like that's what they started with. I think.
Do I want them to give her a chance? Of course, but but we don't. And I can't really rat on her wrestling ability because we just haven't seen it. And like,
yeah,
do I want her? Do I want her to succeed? Of course I do. I love Hit Row. I love B-Fab, but you give her 40 seconds. What do you want?
You can't handcuff somebody and tell them to punch you. It's not going to work. They're not going to hit you. And she may not be handcuffed, but God damn it, she's detained. And I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever. I think you had me. I think you showed me one match of hers. I only seen her wrestle one match.
That's what I'm saying. She had one match against Alexa Lopez a while ago. That didn't go well, and then she just stopped.
That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah,
come on, that one was bad.
No, that one. Both of them were out there like they didn't know what they were doing. And I was totally scared. I looked like they're about to hurt each other.
Yes.
She goes away. Next time I see her, she has a match at a live event against Natalia, and she looks like she got better. I'm like, okay. That match, Vince was still in creative last time I saw her wrestle. So the next time I saw her in the ring was yesterday. And I'm like, okay, she had 3 matches, and both of them were on NXT, on a live event, and now she's just Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble 40 seconds and doesn't even get a chance to do anything. They just put her in there and put her out. I'm like, okay, well, what was the point of you being here for? Why are you not letting her at least try to get over with the fans? Let her do something.
Instead of B-Fab, you could have had somebody else from NXT because you only had 3 women from NXT in here.
Or allow B-Fab.
Where was Tiffany Stratton in this Rumble? Where was Cora Jade in this Rumble? Where was basically anybody in existence in the women's division in the Rumble?
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
I'm just saying, you could have done something a little bit more with B-Fab or get it to NXT. But speaking of NXT, we did have Roxanne Perez, and She did not last long in this Rumble. She only lasted 4.5 minutes. But those 4.5 minutes, she did some real good work with the women's division in there, or at least the people that were in the match. Damage control, all of damage control kind of triple teamed her and eliminated her that way. But, Roxanne was in there at number 8. Dakota Kai came in at number 9. Io Sky came in at number 10. Natalya came in at number 11. And the crowd went mild. No, Roxanne did all right. That's what I'm saying. Roxanne did all right for the time that she was there. I didn't say that she didn't. I'm just saying, like, she got triple teamed in a 4.5 minute, debacle in the Rumble. Natalya came out at number 11 and she did absolutely nothing. 3 minutes. No reaction to Natalya. And this was like Natalya's like big return apparently. I didn't even know Natalya was gone. But yeah, so Natalya was in there at number 11. Candice came out at number 8 or number 12. She had a 5-minute appearance in the Rumble. So this women's division, guys, I'm telling you. Oh my god. And I do kind of want to wait for Locke to get back to get talking about number 13 because she impressed the shit out of me in this Rumble. And you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys know the Rumble entries, 13, Zoe Stark. She killed it. She killed it. She had no eliminations, but she was in this match for 26 minutes. Dude, Zoe Stark. She killed it. She killed it. Zoe Stark in there for 26 minutes and 34 seconds. She was fantastic. She did really well. Xia Li came out at number 14. Had about a 15-minute run in there. And Xia Li didn't do too bad. Becky Lynch was here. Good stuff there. Tegan Knight, number 16. Asuka, number 17. Asuka was not Asuka, though. She removed the mask, and it was Kana. Kana as her Japanese character, the character that she ran in Japan with. Kana was back, and that was such a big reveal. That was such a good pop, man. I love that Kana was back. I hope Kana stays, because that Kana character, that was bad ass in Japan. If anybody has seen Asuka as Kana in Japan, you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you guys haven't, go check it out. Go find stuff with Kana. Please. You guys won't be disappointed. And then Piper Niven. Not Dewdrop. Not Dewdrop. Piper Niven is back. That's right. That's right. That's right. Piper Niven, Dewdrop is no more. Thank God. Thank God. Piper Niven is good. She did not she was great. She did great. She had a 28-minute performance in the Women's Rumble, which is really good for her on her comeback. Tamina at number 19. And then the first free agent in the Rumble, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green had a fucking Rumble. 5 seconds. Stupid. Just stupid. Why even show up? Why even show up? You had you dude, come on. Why? So 5 seconds. Zelina Vega at number 21. She just is phenomenal looking. Zelina Vega, she's just incredible. We then had Raquel Rodriguez, who had a 20-minute and 40-second existence in the Rumble. Really good there. Mia Yim, about 17 minutes. Lacey Evans, and number 24, nobody gave a shit. Michelle McCool, and number 25, she was in the goddamn crowd. She took off her jacket. She jumped over the barricade. It's like, screw it. I'm in the match. And in the match she went. She had about like a good 14-minute appearance in the Rumble, eliminated 2 people, which, I mean, is good for somebody to just have to fight from the crowd. Indy Hartwell came in at number 26 from NXT, had about a 5-minute appearance. Nothing too special there. Sonya, number 27. Shotzi at number 28. Nikki Cross at number 29. And free agent, Nia Jax at number 30.
Boo,
Boo.
man. Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Boo.
And about 2 minutes for her. So
I was hoping
yeah.
I was hoping they'd do the spot of like everyone's beating up her and she goes, ah, and then
She did. They did, yeah.
Oh, they all right, bro.
I went through basically everybody already in the Rumble, but I do want to go back to number 13. Zoe Stark impressed the fuck out of me in the Rumble.
She's good. She's very good.
Zoe Stark did real well. She went in there for 26 minutes. Really did well.
She's very good.
Just really good overall. The Asuka Connor reveal. Connor coming back. That crowd popped.
I was hoping
that
Casaw
was so good.
Her jacket. Oh man, that was great.
So good, and she had like a 33-minute like run, and Piper Niven, bro.
Very good idea.
No more dewdrop. No more dewdrop. Thank God.
Thank you.
Piper Niven, and she did great upon her turn. She had like a 28-minute appearance. Really good stuff there.
Number 30 if we're gonna do it like that. That shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I went down now for a second. The crowd went mild. No. And apparently come back. What? Oh.
You are lagging bad.
A big comeback. Shit.
Chat, is he lagging for y'all? Or is it me?
Yeah. Fuck.
Wait.
Hello?
What the fuck?
God damn it.
I think you're good now. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
This is like apparently a big comeback for Natalya. I don't know from what, but you know what? The crowd did not give a shit anyway. So, yeah. Chelsea Green, she was in there for 5 seconds. 5. So she's a Karen apparently now. So it's the thing.
I don't know what they're about to do. I'm kind of scared, but I don't know.
Oh well. Right person won anyway. Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley got the win, eliminating Liv Morgan. Rhea and Morgan set a new record for the longest time spent in a women's Royal Rumble at 1 minute. No, Jesus Christ. Wow. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 8 seconds. Breaking the record set by Bianca Belair. There we go. At 56
USC.
seconds, at 56 seconds, 56 minutes and 52 seconds. Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. In the 2021 Royal Rumble. So yeah, there we go. And then it was the main event. And the main event did.
This is the main event indeed.
This was a roller coaster ride of emotions. For
I saw
sure.
people were all sad. Oh, Sammy broke up. I was so happy. That was just pure joy that whole time. Pure joy.
It was uncomfortable to watch near parts of it, but
When he was like
I was
throwing
just
Theo against the thing, that was
yes.
sick.
Yes.
That was pretty sick, but
it's crazy. So Reigns, he went for a spear but got caught by KO. Goes for a stunner but is sent into the referee. So the referee is down at this point. Owens with a pop-up powerbomb and he covers him, but there's no referee to count. Reigns delivered a low blow and he asked Sami to get a chair. Sami hesitated and he's like, listen, I'm the tribal chief. I'm telling you what to do now. Go get a steel chair. Sami's searching. He's searching for a steel chair. He can't find one. Can't find one up until the point in time where he actually does. He is going to hand Roman the chair. The KO hit him with a stunner because he took damn too long. Cover 1, 2, and a massive kick out by Roman at the count of 2. And Paul Heyman is pissed at this point. Heyman's furious. He was basically telling Sami, listen, he is the tribal chief. You listen to the commands. That's all he's asking for. Owens, he goes for the pop-up powerbomb, but Reigns hits him with a Superman punch and a spear. Cover 1, 2, and a Owens calls out the ring, asking Owens to just stay down, please. Reigns plunged through the barricade and sends him into the ring, and Owens immediately rolled out. Reigns then slammed Owens' head onto the edges of the steel steps. Not even the side of them. The edges of the steel steps.
That was freaking killer.
Wild. One of the most brutal spots I've ever really seen in a Roman matchup. And Roman's been in matches for over 3 years with this title. It's crazy. So he does it again for a second time. And in the background, you see Sami just being really uncomfortable about it all. Like, he doesn't know what to do. He wants to step in, but obviously, if he does step in, it could cause a DQ. So he just stays back. But he's very uncomfortable throughout all of this, which is nice to see. So Owens gets sent back into the ring. He fights back for a little bit, but Reigns hit him with a spear, and that is it. 1, 2, 3, and Roman retained. Roman was going to retain, but we did not expect the final ending of this at all. Because holy shit, was this good? This ending saved the match, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't their best match, but what happened immediately after Roman pin KO just made up for damn near all of it.
Right. So, following the match, Jey Uso goes to place the lay on Sami Zayn because in his mind, Zayn helped Reigns retain the title. Right? He thought the final test was done. The final test was only just beginning. Retaining the title was just step one of the final test. So, Reigns is like, no. Get that shit away. We're not done yet. And then the Usos hit a 1D on Owens. Jey then places a chair around the neck of KO and Solo hit the hip attack. They Pillmanized Kevin Owens. Brutal spot. Every time somebody gets Pillmanized, it's crazy. Heyman brings handcuffs to the ring. Not one set, but two. And Heyman was so happy about this too, because he's like, "Oh, my tribal chief, you ask, and I deliver."
He was so happy, man.
and he just pulls out two handcuffs from his pockets, and we're like, "Oh shit."
I didn't know it didn't even like hit me what they were about to do until like they started to do it. I didn't even know.
Oh my god. So he's like, "Oh, my tribal chief, you ask and I deliver," and he brings two handcuffs. So they handcuff Owens to the ropes. The Usos then super kick him repeatedly, nonstop. Couldn't even count how many super kicks they really were doing to him. Reigns goes to hit Owens with a chair, but Zayn stops him. He steps in front of Roman Reigns. And then he's like, "Roman, you're my tribal chief and all, but let's face it, you're above this. He's done. He's done. You don't need to do any more. You're above this. You don't need to do this. Like, this is beneath you." And Reigns like, "You know what? This is beneath me. You do it." And Zayn's like, "What?"
It's absolutely insane.
"What?" And I didn't say I wanted to do it. I just said you need to not do it. So like he's like, "No, you're right. This is beneath me. You do it." So he's like, "You know what? Fine." He takes the chair. Reigns shoves him and screams at him, saying that, "Listen, you're a part of us now. You're a part of us now. Listen, leave the past in the past. This is me. This is my family. This is what I do to provide for my family. You're a part of my family now. This is what you do in this family." And then when they got forehead to forehead, dude, when they like clashed heads for a second, I'm like, "Oh no, Sammy, don't do this. Don't get yourself into a losing battle, bro. Because dude, it's not gonna end well for you." And because when superstars go like head to head like that, like pushing each other's heads, like no, like
Yeah.
dude, it's going to go down. So Sammy is like, "You know what? Screw it. Fuck it." Takes the chair. He gets ready to hit him. Right? Does the Seth Rollins steel chair shot, bro.
Beautiful. I was so happy.
Roman has a problem with getting hit in the back with steel chairs.
That's what happens to bums.
Roman has a problem, man, because Seth Rollins did it to break up the Shield. Sammy did it to stop the bleeding, but then he continued to bleed anyway because you know what? The Uso said, "Yeah, no, fuck you." After this, he tried to stop the bleeding of a friend, but bled himself. It's crazy. Now I don't know if any of you guys watch The Walking Dead TV show, and I have to shout out JD for this because I watched The Walking Dead TV show. And to many of you guys who don't, you guys are probably not going to understand the reference. But this was Sami Zayn's Negan moment.
That's the joint with the zombies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I never watched that shit.
Yes. Like I said, to people that don't watch the Walking Dead TV show, you guys aren't going to understand the reference. But if you do, you guys know Negan from The Walking Dead. That was his moment. That was his Negan moment. And he turned he turned babyface. And it was easily something that, I mean, Sammy was already a babyface in the Bloodline anyway, but this was really him, like his come out party, his comeback party. Dude, so good. So he hit Roman with the chair, and he already knew his fate, Sammy. So he drops the chair and he immediately turns to Jay and apologizes. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And Jay's like, dude, this is my family. This is my family you're talking about, man. And Jimmy didn't give a fuck. He super kicked him. Jimmy didn't give a fuck.
I don't know how she was he was the one who did that. Like, that was crazy.
The crazy thing about this is that Jey Uso Sammy had to earn the trust of Jay.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was the one that trusted Sammy the entire time. Jay was the one that felt more devastated about this because he had to earn the respect of the guy.
Yeah.
It's such good storytelling. Jimmy and Solo viciously attack Sammy after the super kick. They look to Jay to attack as well, but Jay is just standing there. He's just so devastated about everything that is transpiring right now. And because of that, he leaves the ring. Which I have no idea where they're going with that.
I hope it's something. I hope they don't just like. I feel like it's gonna be a swerve at the Chamber, but I don't know. I don't know.
So he left the ring. Reigns viciously goes back to just attacking Sammy with the steel chair. He then leaves the ring as Jimmy delivers one final super kick to Kevin Owens. And now is it they all leave the ring, and that is how the show ends, with basically the two dead bodies of KO and Sammy in the middle of the ring. Just lifeless. So good. So good. Jey Uso earlier on today posted on Instagram. And he said simply, I'm out. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he is insinuating that he wants out of the bloodline, or he is out of the bloodline, or what have you, but whatever it is, he's out.
I don't know, man.
And then on his Instagram story, he posted a picture of himself walking out and Roman looking all confused as to the reason why Jay is walking out. And in the middle of the picture, it just says simply, run it back. Does Jay want to go up against Roman again?
If he does, he better win. If he does, he better win.
Do we remember the last time that these two faced off?
That's why he better win this time.
Hell in a Cell, during the pandemic era, inside the Thunderdome, Jay was being rebellious. He did not want to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. This was early on in the story. And he got viciously attacked inside Hell in a Cell, where Jimmy had to come out and save him. Are we getting that again? This is, oh my, there are so many layers to this. And I love it.
Yeah, they got it. They have a lot on their plate at the moment. So I don't know if they. I don't know. They have a lot on the plate, and I don't know how you throw two rightful competitors before Cody. But I don't know if I want them to. I don't know if Roman should beat Sami and Jay before Cody, because I think Sami and Jay both have valuable cases on why they should beat Roman.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, I understand where people are coming from now when they say that, like, this is way bigger than just the tag team titles at this point for Sami and KO. But I don't know where else to go. I mean, Sami is most likely going to get the match with Roman at the Elimination Chamber. Jimmy, considering that there's no, not Jimmy, Jay, considering there's no pay-per-view in March, you can possibly do something like on a big SmackDown in March.
Yeah.
And then you can get Cody in April, but like for some reason, I think this could all be a trap.
It probably is.
Just to get into the mind of Sami Zayn, and then when we have Sami and Roman in Montreal at Elimination Chamber, Jey Uso screws over Sami Zayn, possibly getting like a Montreal Screwjob Part 2 situation.
Yeah.
And Roman would retain. Now, people would be pissed. People are going to be pissed at that.
Yeah.
Because people really want to see Sami dethrone Roman.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know where else you would go with that, because Cody already won the Rumble. Cody's getting WrestleMania. He is getting WrestleMania, whether anybody likes that or not.
Yeah.
So that's just how I would approach it. I don't even know how anybody else would. And honestly, I don't envy the creative team right now. I don't, because they got such a huge situation on their hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Because either way, someone's gonna be mad. So no.
And I would ask you how you would even try to go about this, but at the end of the day, like it's not up to you.
I don't even know.
Like
I need some like
you
time to
wouldn't
think
even
about
know how to attack this.
it. The only logical way I could think of at the moment, and this isn't very thought out. I'm just gonna try.
Yeah,
The
no,
only
like
way is just
we're just shooting here.
then you would just do. Yeah, you would just do Roman and Sammy at the Roman and Sammy at the chamber. I don't think we see Jay for a while, and I think you have Jay do a Shawn Michaels out the Hell in the Cell moment kind of thing, well, out the chamber kind of thing, where he just pops up and helps Roman retain, or like, yeah, he probably just helped Roman retain at chamber, but he like also super kicks Roman too. So after he helps him win, he lets him know that he's next. They have Roman and Jay have another match on SmackDown. Roman wins that too. And in that sense, you're also building Cody and Roman at the time. Like after Chamber, immediately on that next SmackDown show, now you're SmackDown and Raw. Now you're building Rock and Roman. I mean, Rock and freaking Rock, Cody and Roman. Fuck, Cody and Roman.
Immediately start to build between Cody and Roman. That way, Roman has two people to worry about.
It's probably gonna be started tomorrow, if we're being honest.
True, I know that's what I'm saying. But like going off of what you were saying, like after the Elimination Chamber, start to build with Cody. That
Yeah,
way, he has two people to worry about. Not only Cody Rhodes because he's going after him at WrestleMania, but Jey Uso because Jey is pissed off after everything that happened.
exactly. And then Corbin, once we get to WrestleMania, night one, Usos versus Sammy and KO, main event for Undisputed Championships or SmackDown Championships, however you want to do that.
Yeah,
We'll split them up by then. And then night two, Cody and Roman. Cody goes over it. Now the whole bloodline thing is over.
right. Now, like seriously, dude. When it comes to those tag team titles, main eventing night one is not a bad shout.
And that's the thing.
Like,
People keep forgetting what the story is here. The story is Sammy and KO.
yes,
That's the story.
and people are forgetting about that.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
really
Sammy
forgetting
it's
about
not
that.
Roman and Jimmy. It's Sammy and KO this entire time, and that only way that ends is by Sammy and KO defeating the people who've been manipulating Sammy this whole time. Roman's completely separate from that.
I saw somebody in my comment section today from one of my videos saying that there's legitimately no point in trying to do Sammy and KO versus the Usos because there's not enough time. There's a ton of time.
You all the time in the world.
There's a ton of time. We got 3 months. We got 3 months.
You got mad time.
We got 3 months to rebuild the connection that Sammy and KO had as a tag team.
Yeah.
We got all of Elimination Chamber built. We got all of March because there's no pay-per-view in March, and April 1 and April 2 is WrestleMania. We got 3 months.
You have time to
plenty of time.
I think you have time to mend their relationship, have a few matches, and then Usos.
Yes.
In those 3 months, you can spend the first month. They don't even have to wrestle. Have them just
mend the relationship.
Yeah.
In March, that's when you get the whole tag team started.
Yes.
Get them in matches. You know, have them get some wins. Have them get some momentum, and obviously have the Usos get some momentum too. We can't have the problem. They should not be losing, but you know, on TV they apparently just lose all the time. But they need to win. They need to win during the last few months heading into Mania.
Yeah.
And then at Mania, two massive tag teams that are on a collision course with a lot of momentum on both sides. Who is going to win? And that crowd is going to be insane for both teams.
You got 2 nights right there.
Like, you got time, and this is going to be an incredible story. People just need to Be patient with it. And that's the story. Sami and KO have been the story the whole time since KO got involved with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And I don't know how people are really forgetting about that.
We can't just throw Cody away because he's over, because Sami is over.
And that's what I also try to tell people.
Cody won the Rumble. Point blank clear. You can't, there's no negating that. He already won. It's over. So
Like,
he gets the main event match at the championships. That's it. Sami doesn't move in there just because y'all cheering for him. That's cool. But Sami's story is not with Roman. It never has been.
And I saw some people trying to do, well, why can't we just do a triple threat with Sami, Cody, and Roman? No, that is not how it works.
Then you find yourself in the same situation where you had Roman, Edge, and Daniel Bryan, where it was supposed to be Roman and Edge, and Daniel Bryan whined to get himself into the triple threat match. That's stupid.
What? Now we have Fastlane coming up in March. They just make up a pay-per-view, and Fastlane is like, oh yeah, well if Sami wins, he gets added to the WrestleMania match. No, fuck that.
Don't do it. Do not
do it.
This shit is so cut and dry. It's ridiculous.
Because here's the thing, Fastlane was not even a pay-per-view at that time. They made that pay-per-view a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Fastlane was not even on the calendar for that year in March. And they said, because Daniel Bryan is so over, we have to do something. We can't just put this on a Raw or SmackDown. So fuck it. We're just going to have to make a pay-per-view. We'll call a venue and we'll put a pay-per-view together. And that's how Fastlane was born that year. Fastlane was not even supposed to happen that year. But because the fans were just so over with Daniel Bryan, they said, fuck it, we're going to have to do something. And cool. Roman beat Bryan.
Exactly. He can be over all he wants, but at that point, now you're putting Cody in a weird position because he won the Rumble. There's no reason why he's putting a triple threat match. He earned a one-on-one title match. We're not changing the rules just because people are cheering for Sami.
Right.
Sami's freaking awesome. But you can Sami having a match in Canada against Roman is the best possible way.
It's in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, his hometown.
Even though he's 99.9% is going to lose, then that's more heat for Roman. That's it.
Dude, you know how much nuclear heat Roman is going to get in Montreal?
Man, like you thought last night was bad, man.
You know how much babyface type reaction Sami's going to get in Montreal? It is going to reach the levels of CM Punk in Chicago in 2011.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even.
And you know how much they booed Cena that night.
And it might be even bigger than that because Sami came out in Canada on that SmackDown and they were blowing the roof off the place. No, just SmackDown.
Sami came out, I think, U.S. Open Challenge against Cena in Canada.
Oh, man. Forgot about
that. Crowd was crazy. He threw out he tore his rotator cuff before the match, but he still had a banger match with Cena. It was such a fluke way he did it too, because he did his whole arm thing and just tore his rotator cuff right there. Terrible, but dude, you got tons of time. The story is right there. You're gonna get to where you need to be. Stay the course. Stay the course. And you're always gonna be good to go.
Yeah.
But this Rumble pay-per-view from top to bottom, I heard a lot of people earlier on today saying that this was like not a rewatchable Rumble. Fuck that. This is totally rewatchable.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most rewatchable Rumbles that I have seen in quite some time.
That's the
I
best.
am always going to go back to this.
I can't think of in recent memory another way that pay-per-view have ended that's like better than last night.
Yeah. I'm always going to go back to rewatch this Rumble pay-per-view. Always.
If
And it's
not
not
the
even because of the
matches,
Cody stuff. It's because of Roman.
exactly.
And
If not the matches, then just that last 45 minutes.
right. So good. I could not have asked for a better Rumble pay-per-view. I know people didn't really like it as a whole, but you know what? That's you guys, you know. But to us, like right here, this community right here, because I saw at one point, guys, and this is crazy. You guys are some crazy motherfuckers out there. We had over 50 people in this live at one point. Crazy. You guys are absolutely insane. I love you guys for this. That is easily one of our highest attendance in the history of this channel. So I appreciate you. Truly.
Damn near midnight.
Yeah. And hey, and we shot for 2.5 hours too, so this is actually gonna work perfectly. But thank you guys. We appreciate you. We know you guys enjoyed the Rumble just as much as we did. Tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, we have no idea what's gonna happen. This is legitimately the road to WrestleMania now, guys. WrestleMania is gonna be here before we know it. Okay. We may be at the end of January right now, basically the beginning of February, but April's gonna be here right before you know it. WrestleMania season is here. I don't know if we're starting off with Cody. We should.
Cody
we honestly
timer.
should. The Cody timer. Oh my. The Cody timer's gonna be back, bro.
9:00 p.m. Cody timer.
The Cody timer's gonna be back at 9:00. He is going to announce gonna announce who he's facing. We know who he's facing because there's legitimately only one champion, but you do it anyway.
Just say it again.
Just say it. Go check out my video, guys. It's a 7.5 minute video, but you guys are gonna want to watch it. I was jumping for joy.
I was a happy guy right there.
I was jumping. And then Roman the dog came into the frame and was like, Roman is happy, but that Roman is scared.
That Roman is scared.
And they legitimately named the dog Roman because of Roman Reigns.
Big dog.
They got the dog during his championship run.
Tribal dog.
And the crazy thing about it is, you know, the old Titantron that Roman had, and the big dog Titantron.
Oh,
you know, the dog one he had.
Yeah.
They have a Corso. They looked up what dog it was in that Titantron. It is that dog.
Damn.
It is that dog.
Got the same dog.
They had a Corso in that Titantron. So they legitimately have the Roman Reigns dog.
The Roman Reigns dog.
It's crazy, bro. And they named it Roman. So kind of really cool. So we seeing Cody tomorrow night? We should. We have to. Dude.
I hope so.
Please don't relegate him to SmackDown. Don't relegate him to SmackDown just because Roman's there.
Hey, come on now. Come on now.
I mean, I'd love to see Cody on Friday nights, but I mean, we need Cody at least on Monday, at least tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow for sure. Yeah, that's the first time we see him at least.
Honestly, right now, this is where the time Roman should show up on both shows.
They might be asking too much.
I know it's not going to happen. Listen, I know it's not going to happen, but come on now, especially with the build for Cody. Come on, you can do this for Cody, can't you?
Might be a little too much. No. I don't know, man.
No, he can't. All right, I try. Fuck you, Roman.
I don't know, man.
Let's get the titles off of him, please.
At least separate them first, and then go from there or something.
Dude, I legitimately don't know what they're gonna do. If Cody does win the championships, what is Cody just gonna give a WWE Championship away? No.
I don't know what you do now.
What?
I have no idea what
You
you
don't
do
just
now.
hand over a WWE Championship just because of the draft. You don't just do that. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly, now that we're here, and Cody won the Rumble, and it's like a legit thing now. Because at the time before the Rumble was even a thing, I just said Cody was earning the Rumble. I didn't think we're actually gonna get this far.
Here now.
I was just doing it out of my own blindness for Cody, and now we're here. So now what really happens?
Now we got a problem. Well, not a bad problem, but it's a problem.
Like I said earlier, I don't envy the creative team. I don't. Because Sammy got way too over for his own good, and Cody's Cody.
Yeah.
And now you got Jay in the mix too, so.
I don't know what they about to do.
Crazy. Well, Triple H, I've trusted you so far. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Please. Alright, guys. Like the video. Comment your favorite part about the Rumble. Comment what's happening tomorrow night on Monday Night. Hit the subscribe. Turn on the bell. We will be here live tomorrow on the Monday Night Raw post show. And yeah. Follow us all on social media. All the TikTok links and everything down in the description. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great day.
Peace.